I'm going to take you on a journey of what it was like growing up with the reading comprehension learning disability. I'm going to use some visuals to give you my perspective on chapters of my life on how this learning disability affected me and interview my teachers on how they taught me in their class. In 2013, I graduated from Loyola Marymount University with cum laude in communication studies. I currently work in the entertainment industry. I went back to a handful of my teachers and professors that made an impact on my education to get their experience on working with a student with a learning disability. Elementary school is when I found out that I had trouble with reading comprehension.
That something was not off. I had registered that, but it wasn't a behavior thing that I don't remember it being a behavior thing.
Let's see, I jotted down a lot of things here. You were easy to love. And so, yeah, because your smile, like you said, that a smile goes a long way. Even though you said you smiled because you didn't, that's probably a cover up.
Yeah.
But a smile goes a long way. Being nice goes a long way, right? You were kind, you were nice, you were gentle, you were cooperative.
Middle school is when I struggled and needed help.
I mean, I can remember having you. You were a joy.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom was a really nice lady. But as far as me telling you what your specific 504 was on, the only thing I can remember is you had a hard time, didn't you, keeping up?
So I do remember the music and the dancing and moving, like you needed to move.
High school is when I learned to ask for help and be my own advocate.
But I remember you as a very clear and strong advocate of yourself. So I remember you always reminding me, Miss Kim, I need this accommodation.
That you were a strong advocate. Like you had this advocacy skill that a lot of kids don't have at that age. And so I remember you would speak up. You're like, I need extra help with this. Can I come see you?
College is when I started to gain confidence in myself.
You always had wonderful things to say about the reading, and you were always so invested in and engaged in the class.
It was fun. Like it was like a really nice presence to have you in the class and have you run it.
So from my perspective, I could see A, you were highly engaged. B, you were always committed to working. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
You loved the work we were doing, and you did extremely good work. And I connected your urgency with your wanting to produce that work and your interest, because I see students all the time. But I also think I had a wisp of that feeling that you were one of those who needs more time people. That's just about all.
All of these teachers and professors that I have interviewed were supportive and accommodating to my needs. However, I had some teachers that didn't understand how I learned.
So my 6th grade science teacher, I was looking through some emails through my mom and her, and she said she would not accommodate me.
But she has to. And we came to the agreement that you would be either allowed extra time or cut the assignment, make it shorter.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I knew how bright you were.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did people tell you you weren't?
Along my educational career, yes. 8th grade teacher, science teacher. And she basically, in front of the whole class, said that I wouldn't make it through high school. And then also, my 8th grade social studies teacher, she didn't understand, but she couldn't comprehend how I was going to have this learning disability for the rest of my life. She thought it was just now, and then eventually I'll get over it. The really smart girl asked him, the student teacher, and said, "Hey, can we go at a faster pace?" And then he said, "No, because there are slower kids like Julie." It's my absolute weakness
Mm-hmm.
of reading comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
And so I knew it was my weakness
Mm-hmm.
in 3rd grade. And to have that exposed to another student, my biology teacher, he didn't follow it. And so we had to actually have a 504 plan for him. He wouldn't let me sit in the front of the class.
Along my educational career, I had some teachers say mean things about me and my learning challenges. It hurt inside, but I knew if I worked hard and persevered, I could achieve anything.
And so for me, I did a lot of homework. Like tons. That's all I did. That was my life.
Wow.
It was homework, sleep, basketball, do it all over. And it was just a daily routine of just constant homework.
Yeah. And your aunt's reading to you every night. That's
Correct.
Yeah.
And all of the classwork that I didn't finish because I didn't have enough time to. I didn't know what the questions meant, and so my aunt would have to help me with all of that.
I do remember you had questions.
I had
You
so
had good questions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I had so many.
I remember that you worked really hard. I remember you as a really, really hard worker. And I don't say that lightly. You know, there are many students who will have accommodations or will have people help them and may not own it like you did. I remember you putting in a lot of time. I remember you using your accommodations to the fullest. You know, so if you had, I think you had double time on tests, and you used it, girlfriend. Like, and it was okay.
I know. I definitely used it.
You did to the minute.
Yeah.
And you would check your work and double check and triple check your work.
Yes.
I remember that. You know, and quite frankly, I think in my entire, career, you're the person who stands out, who is like the person I always go back to in terms of, does the student really need this accommodation? Like, I think of you.
Yeah. But I remember you being a really hard worker and caring about doing well. I feel like your chemistry face was a lot of like not loving it, but like being willing to do the work, and you also did a really good job of being honest about whether you understood something or not.
In our organizational communication class, particularly around the exams, somebody coming into my office with lots and lots of questions, and then also me quizzing them too, which was a delight, honestly. I didn't mind doing it because I could see that you wanted to do well in the course and you wanted to learn the material. So if it's cool, it's right for the exam, we got 30 minutes, let's do some quizzing. That's great.
Throughout my educational career, I thought I wasn't smart because I had a learning disability.
So just like when you when you call them that, like the smart kids, like do you think they were really smarter than you?
Yeah.
In what way? Like what to you does that word smart mean?
Yes, I completely think that's what makes them smarter, is that they actually understand what they're reading.
I don't think those kids are smarter than you. I have a very broad definition for smart. Like smart to me is like, I do think we attach like what you're smart at, what a person is smart at, I think is like, oh, what are the things that come really readily to them? Like what are that come easily? And we value certain types of smartness then over others because of the only way that we try to instruct or measure understanding. I just think it's really important, I think as you continue explore your journey as a learner, to acknowledge that you're smart too. And that
I believe you might have, if memory serves, you might have gotten the highest grade in my class.
Wow.
You are one of the smart people, right? That's you.
I don't know. I
know it's true.
I'm still trying to grasp that concept.
What I remember from our class was that you that you picked a topic that you were very excited about. You were also very smart in terms of how you went about approaching a project for a class and then using that as an opportunity to network.
I am always moved when I get such exceptional work in, like the work that you produced. It would never have crossed my mind. It would cross my mind that you would work very hard and that you had to do much to get it there. But I didn't see you unlike any other student that produced exceptional work.
My educational career was difficult due to my learning disability, but I was determined to succeed in academics, which is how I ended up graduating from Loyola Marymount University as the smart kid.